Some positive news from Dow component Boeing. The company plans to restart commercial production, aircraft production in the Seattle area as early as Monday. And that is sending the stock higher in the pre-market. Phil LeBeau joins us now with more. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Joe. You know, it's been almost a month since Boeing suspended production out in the Seattle area. And at the time, it was because of safety protocols that needed to be put in place. The local health departments, the state said, look, it's just because of everything going on with COVID-19, we're going to have a number of companies, not just Boeing, reassess whether or not people should be going into manufacturing facilities. Well, now they will be restarting production on a staggered basis starting on Monday. So over the course of next week, they will be bringing back workers. Bunch of safety protocols have been put in place there. And this is important because this is one of four key issues facing Boeing right now. There's when you get the plants back up. There's also the question about production cuts, staffing cuts, potentially over the next several months. Does Boeing announce something like that, let's say before they do earnings at the end of the month? That's one question that's out there in the minds of investors. Does it take government aid or pursue private loans? The big question here are what are the terms coming from the Treasury Department that will ultimately guide Boeing's decision on where it seeks more financing from. And then the big question that's out there, 737 MAX certification, do they still believe that they can get this plane ungrounded by the middle of the year? Remember, Boeing's commercial order book, it's a little over 5,000 planes. So restarting wide-body production, guys, this impacts about 20% of Boeing's production book. And again, the defense work on that side of the business, that started this week. So this is important in terms of resuming production work on the commercial side of the business. Don't forget that Boeing reports its first quarter earnings coming up on April 29th. So one of four key issues, at least in the minds of investors, has been answered, and that has to do with immediate production and getting that up and running again. They're going to start out in the Puget Sound area. Don't be surprised if we see something similar down in Charleston, where they also build the 787 Dreamliner. Again, it depends on what happens with the state of South Carolina. If they say, yeah, okay, we think the safety protocols in place mean you can restart production there, that could be coming, let's say, in the next week or two.
Hey, Phil, with the airlines probably around the globe in so much trouble, you would think that all of them are looking for ways to cut their costs. They don't have any revenue coming in, or next to no revenue coming in. What does that mean for the potential for Boeing's order book from here?
Well, that gets to issue number two, Becky, which is, do you cut the production rate because you're looking at a number of airlines who are going to defer or cancel orders? And remember, a big part of the order book is from leasing companies. And over the last 10 years, we'd be at Farnborough or at the Paris Air Show, and you'd hear a company say, we ordered 75 of this plane. If you talk with people in the industry, almost everybody will agree. Some of these orders, these are airlines or leasing companies. It's just never going to happen. And especially now that the finances for those companies are in a much more precarious state. So don't be surprised if we see Boeing say, okay, we're going to take our current production rates or what we expected to be, and we are going to reduce them, let's say, over the next several years as they try to essentially right-size production. And by the way, we're already seeing that from Airbus. So this is not just a Boeing issue. It's the industry overall.